So if life is meaningless, is then the whole point of it to create meaning? I think I can remove the if part, so that's what I will do. Life is meaningless. Is the whole point to create meaning, whatever that means to each individual, whatever that means to me. Isn't that what I'm doing right now? I think for most people that is probably not the case, but it's not so interesting to talk about other people. So am I already trying to create meaning, or creating meaning all the time for myself, doing things that matter to me? And I think that's where I struggle with, because what really matters to me, if everything that I've been taught, well, I would say until today, and definitely until maybe 6 months ago, since the beginning of my birth, has been, well, everything is conditioning that is coming from, well, I would say not from nature. And you could even think about if nature is conditioning you with everything that it offers. But let's assume that everything outside of nature is conditioning me. Then what is really something that I find important from within myself? If I completely lost that, or it's completely mixed up. It's like with paint, it's just completely mixed. You can't see the original colors anymore. So what am I doing right now? Right now I'm writing, I'm creating, removing the need for money, because I've thought about if I'm okay with, well, completely living without money and the life that brings with it. And although I wouldn't cross it away for the future, it is not something I want right now. So this is true. This is still influenced, but this is true. I either want money or not, for whatever reason is behind that. And right now I want to remove the need for money, because I prefer the solutions that it offers. So this is true. But then do I create for fame? And is this bad? Because I do think right now there is in me the belief that wanting to be famous is not a good thing, even though many people may have it. Many people may desire it. I may desire it. I do think I have the belief that it is not a good thing. And this is not true, because nothing is good or bad. It's just the way it is. Is this true? Do I want to achieve fame? I do think right now it is something that I want, and I also think that when I have it, it is something that no longer interests me, although I'm not sure. There could be a part in it that gives me meaning, where the audience is large and I feel a sense of impact from the things that I share, through whatever ways that may be, people telling me other ways. And I do think that this could give me, well, for sure, a temporary feeling of impact, a sense of meaning, for my work is valued. But in here lies a big flaw. There is a big hole in this whole thing, which is it's like, if I care about that, then that also means that if that doesn't happen, that I still care. But then in the opposite way. And then if I care about not the approval of others, but the opinion, the positive side, well, then the negative side will probably reach me as well. I'm not sure if this is true, but I constantly hear that there can't be one side without the other. And if I look at my own life, I can't remember that I only felt positive. At some point I felt negative about something. And I also have never experienced a neutral feeling. Well, I wouldn't say never, maybe very often, but not a continuous state like that. Instead of just brief moments, or even hours for that sake. But not days, weeks or months, or even years. And I think I'm already trying to put a hole in that whole thing. But the thing is, like, this is the thing. I'm trying to create meaning. I think that is true, creating meaning in this life, and then in everything that I assume I can find meaning, I'm trying to put holes in it and basically trying to destroy it, which is quite ironic. Find a new meaning, find something that gives meaning, and then before even having it, looking at it as something that isn't true or would not give me that feeling, even though it could, but not maybe a lasting, only temporary state of meaning. And maybe life to me is just a continuous experiment, a continuous journey to create new meaning, which is never more significant than death. And then finding something, quote, better or different, just something that I then do think could give meaning, that I want to try. I think this is something that is true. I've always been someone that tries everything, and then it becomes boring, or it becomes, well, meaningless, less meaningful, that there are then other options, better options. I think I'm definitely, well, I would say trapped by the idea of better, and that there's something better, but definitely something different. And I'm not yet. I haven't poked a hole in that one yet. I haven't identified if that is something that I want or not. A constant experiment, trying new things, and the more the better, almost. I do think that when I look at it right now, that this is something that I'm doing more of lately, and I think I have the belief that it is good, or at least wanted by me, because it helps me find more answers, or at least more notes. Like, this is not it. This is not it. This may be it. And let me try also this. I think this is something that is, if I can look at myself from a bird's eye view, that this is something that I would see. And I think when I look back at my life, that this is something I've always done. Becoming like extremely obsessed with something for however long that is, buying everything I can for it, spending a lot of time learning it, and when I've learned it, becoming even better. And I wouldn't say mastering it, for I probably don't even know what that really means, but becoming really good at it. And then I've seen myself becoming bored of it, and then stop doing it not with everything, but definitely most of the stuff. But then, is that a waste? Is that a waste of time? It's a good question. I immediately want to say no, but I'm not sure if that's true. I don't think that I consider that a waste of time. But when I say that, there's also maybe the fear that then I would constantly be trying new things, and some things may stick. There's in me the belief that I can do multiple things, and this is true. And maybe it is. Maybe there's also the belief in me that if I really want to become the best in the world at it, that I can only have one thing. For that's what I've been conditioned to believe. Everyone is saying this. I still do think that is not true, but it might be more difficult, but not maybe even more easy, because it's not about hard work. That's something I really see through. It's really not about hard work, because most of the hard work is just empty work. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help me. So there's only few stuff that really works and helps you win. So from a time perspective, it would be possible to master multiple things and become the best at it in the world. Just nobody, well, I don't know anyone who has done it. become a world-class athlete and then also a world-class artist, whatever field that is. But it is possible. I think this is, I'm not sure if it's a natural thing. When I look back at it, it quite is. Like nobody really told me to experiment with things. I just really wanted it. Because I've always then saw others doing it, got inspired, started doing it myself, better, in my way, differently. And I enjoyed that until I didn't, and then it stopped. And then something next. I think this is something I like. And I think the only reason I think I paused really experimenting what I wanted to do for myself because of money. I think this is true. I think this is really true. I think this is really true. I paused doing that because of money. So I think this is a big thing. And I think hearing me saying that, well, it gets me excited. Because for when the money need is solved for, it probably means that I continue doing the same thing. And therefore I'm not wasting my time at the moment. I would just probably do even more of it. Interesting. Talk soon.